want to take advantage of Canva Pro and all its features, then click the link in the description box and get your free 30 days of Canva Pro on me. Okay guys, so now that we've taken the imagery, the background away, if you haven't seen the last lecture, then please do go back to the last lecture and just have a look at how we remove the background from an image. And that's how we got onto this design. So this is the Lindsay and Martin wedding itinerary. We're using this as an example again. And what we're going to do in this one is we're going to show you how to do headshot frames. So this is how we would actually utilize an image that we have uploaded through the upload section. And I've chosen this image of myself and another image of my sleeping groom. This is obviously Martin. And I'm going to show you how we got to this point here. So what we're going to do for now is we're going to just get rid of these. So bye-bye Martin. We're going to remove you from your grid, not just the image. If we do just the image, then it looks like that. And if we do the grid, then it looks like that. So we're going to delete that again from the grid section, and we're going to start the process again. So let's go with the same image again. This is one of my uploads from my vacation last year. This time last year in October in Portugal. Oh, I won't cry. Okay, so here we are. It was a good holiday, I have to say. So here we are. And this is, but then again, this isn't me, is it? This is Lindsay. So I'll separate myself. This is Lindsay for the purpose of this design. And with this one, what we're going to do is we're going to add our frame. So we've got our image. We're going to go into the frame section. So this is frames. And I'm just going to show you actually how we got to this section. So let's take that away. Usually when we come to this section, it gives you all of these options: stickers, frames, shapes, lines, featured, and then things that we've used recently. What we do here is in the frames section, not the grids. So if we scroll down a little bit more, you'll see there's grids down here. This is what we would use to fill out the entire section. And obviously we can, make that part smaller if we want to by just moving it around. But we're not using that for now. We're actually using the frames, and that's the purpose of a headshot. So we're going to click on frames and add that to the design. And then we're going to move the design, or the frame rather, over here. Make it smaller because we are quite tight on space. And let's move that up a bit, because we do have to get 2 in there, and then obviously make sure that it doesn't cover the text that we already have on the design. And to make life easier for ourselves, we've already selected this. You always know you've selected something because of the blue outline. So if I wanted to select away and select something else, I could just come over here and this would now have its blue outline. But we're changing this. We're doing something with this. What we're going to do is we're going to duplicate the sizing by coming over here to the right hand side where it says, we've hovered over, it says duplicate. So it's a bit like copy and paste, but duplicate. Click on there and it gives you another one. We're going to move this over so that we don't get too confused with several different images. And we're going to go back to uploads, and we're going to add our groom. So here he is in the hotel sleeping whilst I sunbathe outside. We're going to leave you over here, Martin. We're going to select Lindsay and put Lindsay here. There we go. And that's pretty much it. Now, just to show you how that was done again, let's go back one. So we go to undo over here. We come back to the image. We select the image and we drag the image over to the frame and hover it underneath. And it takes it just like that. Then what we'll do is, so that it is just a headshot and not the entire image. I mean, this one is a bit difficult because it's got the sun lounger, so it'd be quite difficult to get rid of that, but we can do a little bit of work on it. We double click into it. It isolates the image, and then we're going to take the corners and we're going to drag it out, and then we're going to move the image over back into its space, and we can drag it out a bit more. We do have room to play with. I think that should do. And then we'll click out of the image, and there we have our headshot. And then we're going to do the same with this frame. So we're going to take this and we're going to bring this over here, as they do. We're going to take our sleeping groom and we're going to bring him over again and hover him over the frame until it drops inside. And sometimes you have to play with the hover until it picks it up, and that's fine. And there are times it might not take it at all, and sometimes that's just an internet issue, so it's not anything that you've done wrong, but obviously you can just keep playing around with it until it does grab the image within the frame. And again, we're going to double click into the frame, into the image, and we're going to drag that out by the corner until we get a complete headshot. Get rid of that football. For all you football fans, I apologise, but I would like my groom without his football. So here we go. And now we've got it in perfect position. And there we are. And that is it. And then if you want to, you can always move the image around. Just play with that. So we can now maybe make it a bit bigger. And there we have it. And then it's dependent on what you want and what you prefer as to who is which one covers over which image. So for instance, if you didn't want this outline to cover over the top image and you wanted it the other way around, you could just simply click on this one, go up here to the left hand top corner where it says position, click on here, and then we click on forwards, and that brings it slightly forward for you. And that's it. And then again, if we want to go back, we can obviously either do undo, which is the quicker way to do it, or we go back to position, backwards, forwards, and then that should bring it back to where it was. So either this over here on the left hand side, or obviously click in with a bit more control and then position. Either way, it does exactly the same thing. And then you can just play around with that, and you can obviously move that again if you want to. It can go down here, this can come here, and there we have it. And that's it. Or if we wanted to, for the purposes of design, we could do something like that. Move Lindsay over here, Martin over here, and that's it. And that is simply it. And that's how we do a headshot. And obviously, as for another example, if this wasn't a wedding itinerary, you didn't need 2 headshots on here, you could simply get rid of Martin. Sorry, Martin, you've got to go. Delete grid. Away you go. And maybe for the purpose of a birthday invitation, we can completely remove Martin from this document. Lindsay takes center stage, and there you have it. And that is simply it. So that's how that's how you do a headshot within a frame. It hasn't taken more than a couple of minutes.